Question.
Have you ever had stage fright?
Nope.
I mean that petrifying feel that you believe you will not perform when the time's right. Well, not us.
Welcome, it's your boy Muhammad Jamal Abdul Haq, the king of the north, and you listening to Call It Like I See It, baby.
Yo, you listen to Call It Like I See It. This is your man, Sum Holla, Sum Goon, Sum Woo.
You listening to Call It Like Jafar sees it. That's the only thing matters.
You're now listening to Call It Like I See It, or whatever.
Assalamu alaikum. There's no place like this. Call It Like I See It with my uncle Rico and FYF. Let's get the show on the road. September stage is going down.
To Call It Like I See It. As you know, I'm your host, Rafiq Shaheed. We'll be joined later on a little bit by our co-host, Hayat Shaheed. But welcome to the show. We got a good show for you today. As you know, Call It Like I See It is, we speak all about September Stage, a tournament that we use to raise funds for Falcon Academy, a beautiful school in Holy Islamville, South Carolina. Call It Like I See It is brought to you by Niece's Pies, the official sweets of September Stage, and also brought to you today by Land Water. Drink some. All right, so we're here with our guest today. As you know, he don't need no introduction. This is a guy y'all been waiting to hear from all season long before September Stage and on Call It Like I See It. Mr. Personality himself, Tariq Rico, a.k.a. Tariq Abdul Hakim. What's going on, man?
The best one in the Jamal. You know, this is me. What's up?
Already starting off,
we really
man.
need to go into the rankings. We need to start with that.
Oh, you want to start with the rankings? Okay, but let's get started. So, what's up? What do you feel about the rankings? Do you think that you're too low, or who on that list would you say you better than?
At 7, I feel like at 7.
Nah, I think you're at 8, bro.
Whoa, see, that's wait, I'm at 8.
Yeah, you at 8.
7?
Taj is at 9, and Deanie's at 10.
That's what I'm saying. Taj. Everybody keeps saying Taj is killing. Taj is doodle. What do he do? Like Taj and who else?
Then we got who's above you, or Deanie's below
who's
you?
Above me? Who's
above you is Softar.
Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out Softar. What tournament are we going by? Are we going by last tournament?
We're going by last tournament. We're going by last tournament.
What does Softar do?
So his impact on his game.
What impact did he have?
Okay, well, I'm gonna break it down. You're gonna ask me a question, but then not let me give you the answer. All right, so listen. So his impact on the game was bigger than yours because of the simple fact that, one, got them to the chip, and in the chip he had a huge impact, and then he was defensive player. So that impact on the defensive end is something that you still got to give him. Whereas I think it was more so with you. It wasn't that you didn't have. I mean, you underachieved at the tournament.
Wait, hold on. How can you say I didn't have an impact on? He had a bigger impact. If anything, I feel like I had a bigger impact than him. And the only reason why we didn't make it to the championship game is because it was just bad luck and miscommunication. That is the only reason. That's the only reason we didn't make it to the championship. I was doing them dirty. I'm trying to figure out.
But it's a team sport, though. So here's the thing: if you want to say that you'll be higher than Softar, we can debate that. We can argue that. Y'all 1 and 2 places away. So he's at 7. You're at 8. You know, if you want to flip flop that, or if you want to get, you know what I mean, we can get Softar involved, and he'll give the breakdown. Now, let me ask you this: are you a better player than Softar?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. You ain't say that with too much confidence, nephew. What's up?
Nah, that was more confidence you're finna get right there.
I believe so. Yeah, okay. You arguing like how's he higher than you, but are you a better player?
Nah, Softar, don't get me wrong. He's a good player, but I'm great. So I just don't understand how I just don't understand how he's higher than me. Is Bahu higher than me?
Bahu higher than you. Moody higher than you. Kamali higher than you.
Hold up. Beyonce is a team effort. How is Bahu higher than me? all Bahu dudes just hold hard to like hold the ball. He just shot every shot. People on his team said they didn't like playing with him. So
But that's
how are
something
you
that people
saying
say about you.
who said that about me? They went further with me on the team than they went with Bahu.
Well, a lot of people say that Rico is a ball
Not
hog and is a chuck.
but what did Bahu do last year?
I mean,
He
I
did
would
the
say,
same thing I did. He did the same thing I did. Running Chuck. So he did the same thing I did. That's what and then he lost more games than me. So I'm trying to figure out how is he higher than me? Like, come on. Come on.
well, he had a
But
better
okay.
performance at September stage than you.
How all right. Yeah, all right. He was shooting all the shots. Like, come
So
on.
was you.
His team was out of the game. Like, come on. His team and every game I played in September State, but Virginia, we was up. It just my team just lost. My team just lost their mental. It wasn't really mentally there.
See,
It wasn't
Rico,
really mentally there.
that's why people give these players a higher ranking than you. Is that if y'all winning, it's you, and if y'all lose, it's your team. You can't do that.
No, see, Uncle Feet, they thinking the same thing I'm thinking, but they just don't say it. They know do suck. They know do suck. But I'm not the type to just hold it in. Y'all suck. Y'all gotta get better. The only you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me. Yes, we lose as a team. We all as a team. Listen, I know it's a team game. Trust me about it. I know.
Well, that takes me into my next question that I have for you. What do you say about those people that say Rico's overrated? Rico fell off. He's a bad teammate. He didn't play well this tournament. What do you say to people that say that?
It's you know the crazy thing about it, bro. I done played a lot of on a lot of different basketball teams. I done won a lot of different championships, right? And I never had a problem with people saying I feel like I want to win so bad, so people think that I'm being too hard on players or I'm being too hard on people. But it's just I want to win so bad, and the error for mistake that you can allow is slim. So that's why I get so mad and I get so passionate about the game. So people that I guess that rub people the wrong way. That they soft, they built different. But I don't people that say that I'm overrated or I lost weight, or I gained weight and stuff. I mean, you can step on the basketball court and you can find out if I'm overrated or not. That's all I'm gonna say. You can step on the court with me if you can tell. You can tell.
Got
Like
it. So, I mean, that's the best answer that you can give is, come on the court, put it on the court, leave it out there. So, speaking about court, speaking about leaving it out there was some concerns about your health, your ankle, and things of that nature. So, you want to let us know that you good to go?
yeah, I'm good to go. I'm good to
Got you.
go. I'm coming off injury. But that's no excuse. I'm still feeling this year. Every year I get closer and closer to getting the championship ring, and I think you know what I'm saying. Our GM, Mr. Shout out to him. He put a great roster together. I have to give it to him.
Okay, so you
So
were
I
revealing
think,
right now. You are playing with Don't Sleep.
oh yeah, I'm going with Don't Sleep. So don't sleep. That's what I'm going to tell y'all because I think we will win this year. I really want to play against Bahu and Moody. I'm excited. Kamali and I'm really just time to put an end to that whole mass thing. Time to put an end
So
to
you
that.
want to be the guy to take down Mass.
Now, not just mass though. I'm really coming for people's souls. So I'm really taking out the whole tournament. Cutthroat. I ain't gonna lie. Don't talk to me. So it's really personal now because a lot of people disrespecting me, like really disrespecting me. Like this is crazy, but it's good. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the board. Just a couple weeks ago, you got a dude on there saying Tariq's overrated and everything like that. So, I mean, let me ask you this: like, what do you feel that is your areas of opportunity in your game that you need to change or get better at? And you're playing on Don't Sleep, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little about that with the whole controversy and you going there last year for Duke, and we'll talk about that. But what do you feel are some of your opportunities that you can change to be a better not only player but teammate and get people to understand what it is that you would sacrifice to win?
It's, I can work on my passing and being a better leader. I feel like if I can communicate with people better instead of just just getting on them every time they do wrong, I feel like if I improve on being a better leader on the basketball court, giving the ball out a little more, letting everybody get a little taste before I just take it over. So I think I think if I do that, really just learn how to be a better leader, to be honest. And
Yeah,
I
and
think
I can agree with that. I mean, as you know, I coached you before in the first tournament, and I think that was your best one. And not saying because I coach you or anything like that. I just think that you need a coach out there to keep you in the game. Because here's the thing: you're the best player on your team. For the most part, any team that you've played on in September stage, and when that's the case, people look to you as the leader and say, "Hey, we're down. We need a bucket, and we need that confidence in you." Not if there's a mistake made, get on them. You just say on to the next play. So that's one of the things that you did in the first tournament that, I mean, I guess if you bring it back to this tournament, you could be real successful with it. So moving a little bit on, we're going to talk about Don't Sleep and this whole thing. So last year, you go to Don't Sleep because you wanted to play with Duke. You left Next Gen, you wanted to play with Duke. Now, come 2 weeks before the tournament, Duke and there was some issues with the team, and Duke wanted to go play with LTMN. So let me ask you, what was your whole feeling about that, and how do you feel about it now, getting a chance? Because I'm pretty sure he's not playing with Don't Sleep. That whole thing was just bad, and I don't know if that affected his play in the tournament because he really wasn't invested, but in the team. But what was your whole thought process then, and what you got to say about him?
well, before I say anything about him, just know that he's a good player. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's a good player, but I feel like personally, I feel like he just don't got, like, some people got the clutch gene in their body. Like, he just don't got the clutch gene. He folds a lot under pressure, and he once he's not really a point guard, but he thinks he is. He makes horrible decisions, and key moments when he needs to focus, he just folds. He just folds. It was mad timeouts that I would tell Duke, calm down, don't do this. Like, I'm not trying to throw people underneath the bus, but the but the last play where he jumped into, I don't know who he jumped into and lost the ball, and then that's when everybody started calling timeouts and we got the technical and we lost the game. We're not gonna talk about that, but like, he just, and then I played in a tournament with him a couple weeks before September stage, me and Poppy, um, and he did the same thing in that tournament. He folded. He folded, and when we needed to win, he just gave the ball up. And he did the same thing in September stage, just gave the ball up. We had a lead. We had a lead against LBs, a strong lead. And I told Duke, I said, Duke, calm down. We don't need to do all that flashy stuff. I feel like he didn't want, he knew that I was so much better than him. He felt like he had to step his game up. And he came out of he tried to went too high. That he wasn't ready yet for all of that. And it wasn't right. So, and then I feel like he feel like Mistar was taking my side, because when I would shoot a shot, Mistar won't say nothing. But then when Duke shoot a shot, Mistar would say something, and Duke would be like, "Oh, when Tyreek shoot a shot, it's not." So I feel like he had a little jealousy, but he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, and I feel like he went to join Kyrie, and that just makes the tournament more fun because it's easy to kill two birds with one stone. You feel me? So three birds. Actually, we're not gonna get into it with Hamza Rahim.
Oh,
But
and that takes me into my next
we're not
question.
gonna get
Yo,
into it with Hamza
what
Rahim.
happened with Next Gen? I understand Bahu left, but what's going on with Next Gen? Like, you went back to Next Gen. You know, we had the conversation after episode 2, September stage last year, and you like, Feek, I'm going home. I'm going back to Next Gen. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. Janae comes on just like, yo, Next Gen, we need to see y'all. What's going on? Y'all should stay together. And we hear Next Gen's not coming. So what's the deal? What happened with that?
I feel like I feel like everybody wanted to. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. I feel like everybody wanted to find. Everybody wanted to try to do their own thing, try to show their own thing. Like Taib, he feel like he don't get enough shine on the Next Gen, so he wanted to take his talents elsewhere. I guess Bloopy. I guess Bloopy don't like playing with me, so he went to go make his own team. Um, and Next Gen, and then Next Gen. it really was just Manara Ali was playing with Blueprint, so that's pretty much next gen. Hamza went with ATMN,
So
and
Hamza's playing with LTMN?
I don't know if I was supposed to tell you about that, but yeah, he playing with that. Yeah, he playing with that. Can't believe this, but it's okay. It's all good because don't get me wrong, Hamza's my brother, so when I step on the basketball court, it's not personal. He already knows that. We already know we don't have heated conversations on the basketball court. But when I step on the basketball court, I will be trying to embarrass him. So it's not. So I have to tell him. I try to tell him now. He's laughing about it, but I know he's going. I might catch one. So I'm trying to tell him to be watch out. Hey, Kyrie, it's time to silence this man. It's time to silence this man.
Well,
It's time
in
to silence
in
him.
Kyrie's defense, he hasn't said anything. He hasn't talked yet. We haven't got an interview from him, a word from him. I think he's in a focus bag, and we'll get some more information about the Hamza thing and try to get a statement from Hamza on where he's playing. Rosters are released next week, so we'll get to hear from that. But yeah, man, like so let me ask you this, like, what three teams? Because you played 3 games, so what 3 teams are you like looking forward to playing on the first day, or just in the tournament in general? What 3 teams are you looking forward to playing against, and why?
Well, I feel like I'm not going to win the championship this year, so I don't want everyone to tell me that, oh, you only played against easy teams. So I really want to play against Virginia. I want to play against out of no, I want to play against Virginia, Mass, and LBs. Those would be the 2 teams. Those would be the 3 teams I love to play. And then the second day, hey, I play Poppy's team because Poppy said his roster is crazy. So hey, I play the best 4 teams in the whole tournament, so no one can say nothing after I shot the world. No one can say nothing. And no one can say nothing. So I feel like I'm going to play against the best. And I feel like Mass, they got the best talent all around. They really got 3. They really go to state. So because they really got three all stars. So I mean, yeah, they really gonna be different. But I'm ready for them. I'm ready for the challenge. I feel like it's exciting.
Got you. So man, so listen, Rico, we love having you on. Always have the personality, always bring it, and the confidence as well. Like, keep that, and we love to see you at September stage, shining on the big stage. Thank you for coming out. You got any last words for the fans, for the teams out there before we go to break?
Yeah, I feel like I disappointed the fans, but I promise you, this year it will be a movie. Bring your popcorn. You already know Snapchat. I'm really making movies. You already know it's about to be a movie. I'm
Got you.
out.
All right, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, you'll be hearing more from Call It Like I See It, and we'll be joined by Hayat Shahid. He'll give his take on the interview. We'll be back. Thank you.
Within you lies all the answers to my problems. My determination comes from you. Faith is a shoulder that I lean on when everything else is falling through. I call on you for my protection against all envy, against all spite. I've made mistakes, I am not perfect, but I make it my business to make things right. I guess that's just me holding on to you. I guess that's just me holding on to you. I don't wanna lose my grip on this road to you. I don't wanna lose my grip on this road.
And we are back on Call It Like I See It. Thank you so much. Call It Like I See It, as you know, is brought to you by September Stage, of course, when we raise funds for Falcon Academy. It's a basketball tournament where we raise funds for Falcon Academy. We are joined here today now, as I promised, later on by Hayat Shahid.
Yo, how's it going, everybody? Assalamu alaikum. Sayed Shahid here, that dude yet. Episode 4. We're getting closer and closer to September stage. I know, like I said, this is the most funnest part about it. The lead up, the build up, the hype towards it. But at the end of the day, those 2 days is where it's all going to be settled. That Saturday and Sunday, August 31st and September 1st this year is where it's going to be settled. Who's the best team in the Jamaat? Who's the best team in the Jamaat? So I'm excited. Let's talk about what we just heard.
Yeah, let's talk about Rico. Let's talk about Rico's interview. So I did it with him. What you think?
Okay, so let me address a couple things. Obviously, it's no shock that Tariq is surprised that it's no shock that Tariq thought he should have been higher on the list. That's not a surprise. But that's just the competitor. That's the competitor that Tariq is. And that's the competitor that a lot of people are. If you're a competitor, real talk, you don't think anyone's better than you. You don't admit that. You know what I mean? That's what drives you as a competitor. No one's better than you, no matter what you're doing. Basketball, football, chess. It don't matter what it is. If you're a competitor, you're always going to try to say yourself the best. So I'm not like really shocked about what he's saying. I mean, a couple of things. We know he's, kind of exaggerating, calling Taj trash and Softar. What does Softar do? Softar, for everyone who doesn't know, Softar won Defensive Player of the tournament. Like, lockdown defense all the way. Softar did his thing in that area. So, there's more to basketball than just scoring the ball. And if you don't know that, then, I mean, you don't know basketball. But there's more to the game than just putting the ball in the hole. Like Softar did for his team what he had to do. He knew his role, and he did it very well. Came up short against Draco, but, I mean, there's no debate that Softar's definitely top 3 defensive player in the Jamaat, and he showed it by winning defensive player. So that's what Softar did. Now, back to what Bahu. He said that Bahu wasn't better than him. The only reason why Bahu got a lot of recognition is because he took a lot of shots. Well, yes, he did. But Bahu did look for his teammates. His teammates didn't come through. Taib didn't have a good tournament. He wasn't hitting his threes. Bloopy was solid. Chubby was solid. Masood, not really. Munawa Ali, he doesn't really offensively come out and do anything in any September stage tournament. He just gets rebounds, maybe a block or two, but he's never offensively just dominated like, the potential that we know he could have. Hamza, he was average at best. So Bahu did what he had to do. He put the team on his back. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been a lot of those games if it wasn't for Bahu scoring.
Well, the difference is that, I mean, you say, like, I didn't go into this with Rico on the interview, but the difference between it is, yes, Rico took shots and yes, Bahu took shots, but Bahu was more efficient.
Yes.
He had a 12.85 or so efficient rating, and Rico had an 8. So he was more efficient, and that's going to, of course, be a better performance because it's not just about taking shots; it's about making them.
That is true. So, I think Tariq on that list is in a good spot. Was he 8th on the list?
Yeah, he's 8th on the list.
He's 8th on the list. I think that. I mean, if anyone has any other thoughts, I think Tariq is exactly where he's supposed to be. I don't think that he's better. I don't think he had a better performance than Softar in terms of all-around performance and what you do for your team. Did he score more? Yeah, I mean, probably. You know what I mean? But I think everyone above him on that list definitely had a better performance than him at September stage. He didn't have his best performance. Now, if this was a Tariq from the first September stage, playing against Tennessee and those teams, he probably would have been top 3 if going off that performance. But like he said, his own words, are we going off of last year's tournament? Yes. In last year's tournament, he did not have a top 5 performance. There's no way, honestly, he could honestly say that he had a better performance all around than Live, than Red, than Kamali, than Moody, or Bahu. And arguably, he could probably argue Bahu, but I think that's the top 5. So that was just my opinion on it. But I am excited to see what he does this year. He's going back to Don't Sleep, as he just said. If everybody didn't know, he's going back to Don't Sleep. Miftar, the GM, scooped him back up this year. And as he said as well, Duke's not there. So I don't know who Don't Sleep's roster is. Rosters will be getting dropped on Friday, but I think they still have their big 3 in terms of Miftar, his nephew Dooley, and they still have Tariq. So Tariq's definitely coming back with a vengeance this year. A lot of people talking about he's overrated. It's that chip on his shoulder. So I'm excited to see what he does on this team. And maybe he's going to be on his Bahu, taking all the shots.
Well, I mean, what really stood out to me is that, of course, the confidence. But what really stood out to me different from Rico is he gave a lot of people their respect. You know what I mean? And he said that we got to clarify the Hamza thing. If Hamza's playing with LT, man, we'll clarify that because people be dropping. I'm telling you, people be dropping so many names of playing with so many teams, and it don't be.
There's a lot of smoke screens out there. Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, we'll clarify that. Try to get a statement from Hamza, but you know what I mean. He still said, "Yeah, me and Hamza still cool. Like that's not even an issue. The Hamza's cool, but on the basketball court, we get it in. So and also still giving the respect to his homeboy, Duke, who he played with, and they came up short. But overall, at the end of the day, I disagree with him of him saying that he should be higher on the list. I mean, it's not just because I made the list, but based off performance and numbers, he felt what he felt.
Yeah, exactly.
What's interesting though is his take on Taj though. What you think about that?
His take on Taj, like what he said, Taj is trash. Taj is, in his words, to quote him, Taj is doo-doo. Did Taj not have a great performance at September stage? No, but I've said that already. You know what I mean? Taj is praised as one of the best basketball players in the Jamaat, which is rightfully so. Probably top 3. But, he did not have a top 3 performance. He didn't. And so, is he doo-doo? No. Overall, no. If you had to pick one player in the Jamaat to put on your team, if Taj is not 1, he's top 3. If he's not 1, he's 2 or he's 3rd. So that's the fact. Okay, it's not the same for Tariq.
Are you picking that based off of talent? Or
just talent, not that. But based off what?
Based off Taj.
What you mean? Okay, now we hear the jokes. We hear the jokes.
I say this. I like the type of player that Taj is. He pushes his players.
He does.
And at the end of the day, it's about winning. And he wants to win. He demands perfection. All right. Okay. So I like that. That's a nice brand of basketball. You got to be able to take it. But some people just don't like that.
That is true.
He messes up the chemistry.
He does.
I'm saying, if you're saying that he has to be picked, is it just because we got to take him because he's talented, or is it like we got to take him because he's a good player, he's a good teammate? Because people would say, hey, I can do without and find another player to make up for the scoring without all of the drama.
Then I'm going if I'm going straight talent, then yeah, it's Taj. But if I'm going chemistry, yeah, you gotta find the right fit. That's with every team. That's with every player. You gotta find the right fit. I've been hearing it so much. I don't know. Everyone's been saying that he's hard to play with. Taj is the type of guy that would take 25 shots in a row. Probably won't hit all of them. The minute he passes you the ball and you don't make one, he's yelling at you. Why are you shooting a jump shot? Like, no, I can't play with a player like that if he gonna be yelling at me because I'm taking the shot. I'm on this team too. This ain't you versus, you know what I mean? So I'm on this team too. So from what I'm hearing, Taj, last time we seen Taj, and he did it twice. First time we seen Taj really yell was when Canada lost to UN in the TMOA tournament. He was yelling at everybody, players who wasn't even on the court. I think he kicked Kyrie and Kitab off the team. It was just the Canadians on the court.
Nah, he didn't kick him off.
You didn't kick him off? What happened?
Nah, he didn't kick him off.
What happened then?
Those who know.
Well, they didn't play, and I know that they came. Even Ali Kava. Taj was yelling so bad at his team, Ali came in as a baller and left as a ref. I think Ali was reffing the championship game, and I think he was on that roster. He paid money to play. And all of a sudden turned into a ref. That's how bad it was. You know how bad it got to be for a dude to kick you off your own team and you be the ref?
He called them calls, though.
Oh, man. So that's bad. And then last year, he was yelling at the refs, yelling at his own teammates. And then he turned around and made a crucial mistake.
Oh, and he got a tech.
My man slipped on the floor against Draco. My man slipped on the floor against Draco and then was complaining like it was a foul that he was going to get or something. You slipped. It happens. All right? You can slip in basketball, get a turnover. It was considered a turnover.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, for instance, if you say you're starting a team, you got to pick up Taj.
Talent-wise, yes. And chemistry-wise, no.
Me personally, I don't feel like Taj fits on any other team but Canada. With the group of guys that they had in that tournament in tune-up, the group of guys that they had were perfect for him. They understood him. They knew it didn't affect them. Mm-hmm. As you've seen, it affected Ali and Kyrie and Kitab, who were on the team, but it didn't affect the rest of the boys on the team that play with him every day in Canada. Yeah. So they understand the type of talent that he is, and they understand their roles. And I mean, Canada was running through that tournament. I mean, they were exciting to watch everything. That's why I would love to see them back at September stage as a full team, and not always split up. So that's why I don't take anything away from him with him playing on another team that he's not getting a chance to practice with or anything. He's just coming across the border and pretty much playing pickup ball.
He is. I mean, unless he's coming with his Canadian boys, everyone else he's coming with, he doesn't have chemistry with. So maybe that could be the problem and why he hasn't had success and he yells at everybody because he doesn't have chemistry. And that's a part of it. You can't just get off and play pickup basketball in a basketball tournament, a 2-day basketball tournament that's so competitive like September stage is. Yeah, emotions get, Taj wears his emotions on his sleeve. Mm-hmm. He's not the type of dude that's go shy. He is yelling at you. Everything. Like, he's not going to hold back. So, but we're going to find out. We did hear that he's coming to September stage. We don't know who he's playing with yet. Yeah, so we'll find out next week. So this Friday, the rosters will be revealed. Saturday on the podcast, tune in episode 6. We will be talking September stage rosters. So you will find out who is playing where.
Got it. So listen, we're going to take a break. But before we take that break and going out on the break, what we're going to do is we're going to actually have a tell the truth moment.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And this Tell the Truth moment is brought to you by Zoom. He's going to let y'all know about a couple players. You'll hear from Zoom, and then after that, we'll take a break, and when we get back, we'll break down what Zoom had to say. Go ahead, Zoom, let him know.
Yo, assalamu alaikum. It's your boy Zoom, holla, Zoom, going Zoom, whoop. You know what I mean? I got a few questions, though. Need some answers, too, man. Like, I mean, dudes ain't asking the right questions. I mean, y'all talking about Kyrie, Rico, you know what I'm saying, LTMN. All right, man. For those three, I mean, I got a few questions. Yo, Kyrie, was you not in the gym or something? Like, I mean, I don't know. Last tournament, you was trash. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's up? Was you not in the gym? Was you not putting in pain? Was you a little bit overconfident about the talent? I mean, because you was trash. You know what I'm saying? What's up with Kitab, man? I mean, I know Kitab has some serious situations going on outside of the court, so I'm going to give him a pass, but Kyrie got to talk to me. I mean, I don't understand why you were so trash last tournament. You know what I mean? Not after the tournament before being epic, you know what I'm saying? And then Rico, you know what I mean? Like, how many teams you going to switch on to, like, I mean, to get a chip? I mean, you want to keep staying young and fresh, but you need to get on a veteran team, man, if you want this W. I mean, you keep flip-flopping to these young boy teams, man. Like, they don't got the IQ. I told you that. You know what I'm saying? At least recruit somebody. I don't know what your GM skills is like. Recruit somebody with some IQ. You know what I mean? LTMN. Big question is, you know what I mean? I understand they got Khalil and everything. That's cool. But, man, what a different team without Zoom. Wow. And since it's the Southern version, you know what I'm saying, let's keep it going. What about Don't Sleep? Like, man, I mean, y'all had a nice little solid team. Y'all probably would have did some damage if Duke showed up. Where was Duke at? He looked like he was outside playing in traffic somewhere. Like, I mean, where was Duke? I mean, the tournament, the last September stage, he was getting off, attacking the rim, not aggressive. I mean, this tournament, you know, he was taking a nap somewhere. You know what I mean? What's going on with that? Nobody's speaking up on these things, man. Like, somebody got to, there's questions to ask here, and dudes got to answer, man. You know what I mean? Man, just to help brothers out. I mean, me being a good brother, I mean, some of y'all GM skills is lacking. There's still some valid free agents out there. Where's Ebri? Who is Ebri playing with? Where's MacMan? Who is MacMan playing with? Where's Doom? Where's Doom Buggy? How Doom ain't on no team and he's a champion? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand y'all dudes, man. Where's Ibn? Where's Ibn from Canada? He ain't been to September stage yet. You know what I mean? He's 6'4", hella bouncy. Nobody need rebounds? Oh, yeah. Y'all out of pocket, man.
All right, and welcome back to Call Like I See It. gotta love Soom, man. That's my dude. Soom holla, Soom goom, Soom whoop. What's going on, Soom? If you're listening, shout out to Soom. My thing is, I got a lot of things. Soom, okay, but Soom's basically asking, Soom's asking some questions. Let's try to give Soom some answers. Well, my answers. I can't, this is, my thoughts on it, my opinions. Kyrie didn't have a good performance last year. Everyone knows that. LTMN, my thing is, okay, this is my suggestion on LTMN. I think that their heads got a little big. They were doing a lot of talking last year. That's because they went to the championship in September Stage Volume 1, lost to HQ in overtime. They just came up short. So I felt like with them, I seen them. I saw Mo and them when they played in that tournament in Charlotte. And it's like, this is the dude we bring into the tournament. His name's Khalil. This is the dude that we need. He's going to get us over the edge. We would have beat HQ last year if we had another scorer like Khalil. Like it would never went into overtime. That's what some of them were saying. So I feel like they came in with that swag, like, we top two. Like we a top two team. We're going back to the championship. They came in with that swag. It fell short. Kyrie didn't have a good performance, but he did get hurt. He did not play in the playoff game. It would have made a difference. Somewhat. I think they would have battled with HQ a little bit more. HQ completely blew them out. But their whole you could see it, like when Kyrie got hurt, their point guard of the team, like their whole their swag was gone. They walked in the gym like, we don't want to play, but we're not gonna forfeit. You know what I mean? We're just gonna show up, run up and down the court, and we ain't gonna give no effort. There were dudes on the team arguing. I was sitting right there by the bench. There was dudes on the team arguing about Khalil taking too many shots. Then Mo went down. It was a lot. It was a lot going on within the team. So I can't assume. I can't really just say like Kyrie was just completely trash last year. He did okay. He did okay, and then he got hurt. That's what happened. He did okay, and then he got hurt. That's it.
Well, I would say this. I felt like LTMN, and they kind of knew after the first day that they didn't play up to speed. And the thing is they're real hard on themselves. I've seen they demand perfection from each other.
Yep.
So that's number one. But I think this is what happened with them. So I watched the first game, and leading up to the tournament, it's always been don't sleep. LTMN, this battle back and forth. It's been a whole lot.
The
with
two
them,
teams from Virginia.
Two teams from Virginia in state rivalry. And Jacob, of course, put on here and said, "Don't sleep's never beat LTMN. Is Tariq really the difference maker?" So that's a question as well. But they've never beat them, and I think it was more so about just shutting Don't Sleep up, and they did. I mean,
they did.
They started off just running them, and they were looking like the champs. A team that went to the finals the year before. It was looking like that, and then after beating them, it was really like, okay, we got this in the bag. We beat this team. We shut them up. Everyone else is going to be cake. Next Gen doesn't really actually beat us because that's who they had. And then they had RFM. So after the RFM game, which I think was a little close, but after the RFM game, the last game of the day, was against Next Gen, and it went down to the wire.
It
went down to the wire, and they ended up losing on the last shot. Kyrie got injured, and from there it was just downhill, and all the points that you said. But I think with them coming back to the tournament, they put more respect on every team and not just so focused on we beat everyone. Only person we have to get by is HQ.
Yeah.
They now respect all of the teams, and they're coming with a different demeanor.
That is true, and they definitely they're quiet. We haven't heard anything from any players on LTMN yet. I don't think we will. I reached out to a couple players, and they say, "Oh, we just showing up and playing. That's it." So I think that they got humbled a little bit last year. Only winning, they only won one game. They only won one game.
Yeah, they only won one.
They only won one game last year.
We had 4 teams that was 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm, they only won one game, and I didn't think they weren't my favorites to win it last year, but they were top 3. I did have them top 3 to try to win it to win it all. And they only won one game. They beat Don't Sleep, and then they went on a 2-game losing streak. Went home that night, came back to play against HQ the second day and got blown out. So.
Yeah. And then the answer the rest of Soom's questions. I mean, he named everyone from Canada. Soom, are they on your team?
Okay, I mean, my thing is with this.
Ask me the North.
My thing is with this. I think Soom's in his bag a little bit. Soom's doing a lot of talking. Now, I haven't heard anything from LTMN, but everybody at September Stage has heard from Soom. Everybody, players, fans. Soom doing a lot of talking.
Yeah,
now,
Soom
got that swag. Soom got the swag that LTMN had last year coming into this joint. And I don't know is Soom. This is Soom's 3rd year. When he played with Don't Sleep. No, he played with the first year. LTMN.
The first year
he played with LTMN.
He played with LTMN.
We played with LTMN. Soom was just a player, so he was low key. He wasn't the captain. He wasn't even second, third, fourth option. Soom was just that vet. Soom was that Vince Carter on the team. He was the vet. Second year, played with Made Men. Wasn't the first option because he wasn't the captain. Wasn't the second or third. He was just a player doing little things. Soom was the coach, basically, on the court and off the court. Knowing players' games, knowing they had to be. This year, Soom is bringing mass. And from what it sounds like, he's the captain of the squad. So Soom's in his bag. Not only can Soom have the right to be in his bag, Soom's doing something right. Now, he's not getting over the hump just yet because he's been to the championship 2 years in a row on 2 different teams. Lost both of them. In overtime. The first year, lost in the first overtime. Last year, it went to 3 overtimes?
Yeah, 3 overtimes.
So, Soom's doing something right by getting there. Just can't get it done. This year, I think it's going to be a little bit different. He's coming with his brothers from Mass, his nephews, and his brothers. So, this is going to be a little interesting. I think that's why
brothers.
Huh?
Those aren't his brothers.
Oh, his nephews. My bad. His nephews. And they're going to be, I think Soom's getting that that Mass swag back. He didn't have that before. And he's trying to bring it back to show everybody that, Mass used to do this on a regular.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about as far as him saying, hey, why you know him pick up Ipri and why you know him pick up...
that's questions that we want to know.
Yeah, where y'all at?
That's questions that
we want them there.
If he asking that question, that's questions that we want to know soon. We don't know where they at.
But listen, man, we gonna keep this going. We got another entry for Tell the Truth.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And this one is coming from your boy all the time, every week, Big Nate.
Big Nate.
Tell him what it's like.
Yo. It's your boy Big Nate, a.k.a. the notorious NAID. And, of course, y'all know what time of the week it is. I got a few things. Oh, my God. I'm just hearing some crazy news that Poppy Mubarak Somerville may be suiting up with LTMN. If he does, bananas. That's all I can say. LTMN, they might be able to get it done. 2, Rico to Don't Sleep. I don't see it happening, but they could prove me wrong. I just don't see it. So I'm going to have to hit the snooze button on that one. But it's a possibility that second snooze can wake us up. As a fan, I want to see it. And don't get me wrong, them guys are talented. And them guys are always competitors. but I just don't see it. 3, the Brooks. Oh man, that ought to be crazy. The return of Mar to tournament play. Hopefully he'll take advantage of having those powerful nephews that he got down there. And he'll just go ahead and, take that veteran role with them and get it done with the big fella, Trolley Ollie, and his supporting cast. And of course, last but not least, well, this ain't last, but oh man, that Mavs team. What? Fundamentally sound. I'm telling everybody right now, they need to go ahead, lace their shoes up, because Mavs back together, that's a problem. That's the San Antonio Spurs of the Jamaat history. All fundamentally sound championship team. They are going to be a problem to anybody they play. And does that mean that Navarre is going to be back with the fam? What? That's even crazier. And of course, every time I go and speak about players, it's always some players that come to mind that I like to shout out. Man, the Kareem brothers for their longevity. That's Jafar and Safdar, a.k.a. Drama. Drama ain't going to tell nobody, but he always been a tough player. He ain't get his finesse till he came down south and start playing with us, but it's all good. That's why I think the title this year that Draco took for the South is really special for the South because, the North been holding it for a whole dub. And I'm OUT out.
Call like you said, Dave. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So listen, we're gonna address what he had to say. Go ahead, Hayat. What you think?
All right, let me talk about let me clear something up for everybody because I don't want it going out there on some crazy. Poppy, a.k.a. Mubarak Somerville, is not playing with LTMN. That's not happening. Nay got some trolling fake news there. So I'm just going to clear that up. Not revealing anything yet. Like I said, set your calendars on your phones. August 2nd, which is this Friday coming up, the rosters will be revealed. You will find out who your uncles, brothers, cousins, nephews, what teams they will be playing on. Until then, everything else is just speculation. But I know that for a fact that Mubarak is not playing with LTMN. In other news, he said, Mass, like I said, goes back to my first statement about Soom. Soom got his swag back because Mass is back. Mass hasn't been back since when? When was that? 2000 and when they beat the HQ and won that championship? What year was that?
The year that Mass beat HQ?
Yeah, in the championship.
Man, that was
12? 13?
That was in tune-up. I can't even remember what year.
Can't remember what year it was, but that's the last time that Mass won a championship. And they had their swag in that joint. So I'm interested to see what Mass does. Is the championship going back? Because like Nate just said as well, the South has the chip. It's in the South right now. It's the championship trophy goes through Championship Draco, Georgia. That's where it's at. If you want it, you got to go through them to get it because they are the defending champs. So until someone wins this year, that's where it's going to remain. So I know Mass is coming, New York's coming. So we'll see if it's going back to New York.
Yeah, but this is the team that we didn't even talk about. That he talked about the Brooks. So no one really talking about the Brooks, and we don't even know if that's going to be their names. Like truthfully, it's going to be the Brooks because they have other players on the roster. They may just be rocking with Brooks because that is
the majority of the players are the Brooks.
Is Brooks, so we call them the Brooks team. But people don't forget Mar, man. Don't forget about Mar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mar does get it in, and he stay in the gym, but he of course wants me to keep things quiet. Coming through, letting the nephew shine. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. There's also another team coming, which is called Vision. A couple people have seen the name, but they haven't really got any information on it. Like I said, it goes back to my previous statement. Just got to wait till Friday. Rosters will be revealed, but there is a new team. This I can tell y'all. There's a new team coming to September stage, and they are called Vision. So, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we have a new team, It's always nice to welcome them. Just give them a shout out. Y'all know who y'all are. I've seen your roster already, so y'all know who y'all are. And I'm just, excited to see y'all boys come out and compete. That's what it is, man. At the end of the day, it's all fun and games, but at the end of the day, on a serious note, it's more than September stage is more than just basketball. It is a fundraiser to, give our kids, the youth, an education at Falcon Academy. So at the end of the day, dudes are coming out for a good cause, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and speaking about that, we gotta let them know about the flyer that we just dropped today, and that is Friday Night Hype.
Yes, sir.
Yes, for the first time ever, we'll be doing an track and field event with the youth of our schools, of our madrasas, coming together to compete for cash prizes that will go back to their schools and help with books and repairs to schools and just overall whatever is needed for the school. We want to make sure that this day is full of community, love, camaraderie, and competition. Let these kids run it out to see who's the fastest. We look forward to it. We're excited about it.
Definitely.
They're just coming out of the retreat, so I'm pretty sure once they get to see the flyer, and they'll be excited about it as well. So we're hype about that Friday night, and that's why we named it Friday Night Hype, right before September stage. Yep. It's what it's all about. Let's start it off right. Yeah. And let's end it even better.
It's definitely something I'm excited for. Really am. Just because, September stage is, the money, the proceeds for September stage is going towards the youth and the kids. But now we actually have an event for the kids. Yeah. And it's nothing that, you have to have too much talent in. It's not softball. It's not basketball. It's track and field. What do kids do the most? They run around. That's it. They run all day long. Run. So now we're going to find out not only who's the fastest kid, we're going to find out what school has the fastest students. This is not just kid versus kid, who's the fastest kid in the age group. This is New York, Georgia, Virginia, and South Carolina. This is who has the all-around most athletic kids in the Jamaat. So we're going to find out.
And just to kind of give you some information on it, because I know a lot of people will ask this question. Yes, your kid can actually participate, even if they don't go to the school per se, go to the madrasa. They would just participate for their local madrasa. So if it's someone from Georgia or someone from Virginia, South Carolina, New York, whatever it may be, you'll just be participating for your local area.
Yes.
And if you win, so those proceeds will go to that local school. But we still want to, of course, give those kids a chance to participate. We're not just saying you can't participate because you don't go to the madrasa.
Yes. And just to clarify that up, it's if you don't go to the school, if you're in the age group. So we're not doing anybody who's 17, 18, 15 years old. You have to fit the age group requirements. I don't want a bunch of young dudes talking about, y'all said that we could run. I'm from New York. I'm going to run for our school so we can win. You're 18 years old and playing in September stage tomorrow. No, this is only for kids 7 to 12 years old. So.
I think everyone would know that. I mean, it says it right there on the flyer, so people should be okay with that. So anyway, man, that's all we have for y'all tonight. Coming next week, we're going to talk more about the Brooks because we'll actually have rosters, so we'll be able to see them and see exactly who's the team. Get to speak a little bit about them and just speak about the rosters all in general.
Yep.
We thank y'all again for, of course, tuning in, listening, giving us that support, and we look forward to speaking to you next week. Thank you so much. Well, speaking and letting you listen next week. And hopefully we have some guests in to talk about these rosters when we release.
Trust me, this is what everyone's been waiting for. Episode 6. The rosters is here. I'm hyped. You know what I mean? I'm hyped. We finally get to see who's on what team. All the talk is done. All the smoke screens and the trolling. Rosters is final. And the one thing that we stress rosters so much is that when you're on a roster after Friday, there's no switching. There's no jumping off of a team, and there's no adding nobody.
Roster, you can't jump off. Now I understand, and captains will talk more about the adding of a player and things like that, or releasing of a player. But there's no jumping off the team, hopping on another team.
Exactly.
We want to try to keep things fair, of course, and not when people then see the roster and say, "Oh my God, I need to add this."
Somebody else, exactly. So that leads me back
GM on now.
Leads me back to another point. because someone asked me, there's like, oh, I have a player that wants to play, but I don't know if he's going to be there, so I didn't put him on a roster. No. If you have a player that wants to play, even if he doesn't make it, we rather have a player on a roster and don't make it than not putting that player on the roster and then saying, oh, I already had him on my roster. I just didn't know if he wasn't coming, so that's why I didn't put him on. No, everyone that's going to be playing on your team, put them on your roster.
Yeah,
and then if they
it's
don't
real
come.
simple. I mean, if you put them on the roster, the player fee, it's a player fee. It's not a team fee. So if that player doesn't come, he's not paying, he's not playing.
Exactly.
So don't worry about that. And plus, we want to have them in the books because if they do come and your roster's already submitted, when you go to start a game, if that player's not on the roster and you trying to add them, it's a technical foul already. So, just a little bit referee thing, call it like I see it. But anyway, man, thank you so much. And we will be speaking with y'all next week. We have a lot to cover and we look forward to it. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Are you done finally?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hasinoon. I wish peace upon you, and indeed when I do, that's my word that I'm giving, that you were safe in my presence. So put your palm in my palm and put a smile on your face. If you follow the sunnah, this is how you embrace. What a kind display of your kindness and grace. And the first one to say it is the strongest and so put your palm in my palm and put a smile on your face. If you follow the sunnah, this is how you embrace. Assalamu alaikum to my brother, increasing the bond and the love between each other. I say assalamu alaikum to my friends and my people. If I come in peace, then this is how I greet you. I say